What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? For some reason, we are having some crazy technical difficulties tonight. I'm not sure what's going on, but one thing for the bridge tonight, we got some people on. I promise, man. You don't want to miss this. We've been having a great time already. I don't want to go through any more preliminaries. I'm gonna let these guys introduce themselves because for some reason I think it's good, and that's why we get so many problems. I'll bring everybody in. And you see them, like and share. You know these people. You know them, so I'm going to ask them to introduce themselves as they come in right now.
Yeah, it's messed up, yo.
We got Terrence Tucker.
Yo.
We got Tim Bowers.
Yo.
Israel Robinson. We got Greg Norwood in the building. I'm not sure if you guys know these faces. You probably know them. They've been mentoring one of your kids at somebody at some time. You know them. So look, let's go through really quickly, y'all. This system is going crazy right now. It may sound choppy on your end, or it may be lagging. So we apologize in advance. So, Tuck.
Huh? Yeah.
Let the people know who you are, man. They know you already.
My name is Terrence LaSalle Tucker. I am from the Columbia, South Carolina, man. Proud graduate of C. Johnson High School and a proud graduate of the illustrious South Carolina State University. Okay. I am the founder and owner of the Tuck Project, male mentoring nonprofit. Okay. And I am the host of the Community Vibes podcast. All right. Listen, man, it's such a blessing and an honor to be here today, man. Thanks for having me, my brother.
Yes, sir. I can't go straight to Tim Bowers next because there's too much in one whole 2 minutes. So we got
all that.
We can't go that quick. All right, Greg Norwood, the man of the hour. People don't know who you are right now. They may not know, but let them know you're actually an hour ahead of us. So, Greg, let them know where you are, where you're calling in from.
I am here in Houston, Texas, the greatest city on God's green earth. Glad to be here. Thank you for the opportunity to join this distinguished panel of gentlemen. I am Greg Norwood, as Demetrius Dew mentioned. I am a student at the University of Houston, where I major in political science and minor in economics. I am an advocate. I just try to brighten whatever corner I'm in. I'm a tree shaker. I am a swamp drainer, and I'm just hopeful I can be of some help on today to all those who have joined us this evening. Thanks again for having me.
There we go. Let's go down to another tree shaker, as Greg Norwood just said, a young tree shaker. One of my little brothers, Israel Robinson. Please let them know who you are.
Appreciate that, Dew. One, thanks for having me, Dew. And it's an opportunity. It's an amazing opportunity to be on here with amazing guys, tree shakers, as Greg said, men of God. Men that move and shake and are known for moving and shaking. So a little bit about myself. My name is Israel Robinson. Currently am a senior at South Carolina State University, at the South Carolina State University. Also, yes sir, Bulldogs in the house. Currently am, I feel like I'm a student activist. Previous experience with Kamala Harris. Also, this past semester was a Democracy Fellow with the NAACP, where I was able to organize a team that sent over 1 million texts and over 2,500 calls into battleground states, specifically to get out the Black vote. So a little bit about myself. Amazing. I'm super happy to be here, and let's get it going.
Go.
Last but not least, the man himself. If you don't know Tim Bowers, then you might be living under the tree or something. That's what I think. Tim, can you please let the people know who you are, man?
Yo, man, what up? It's the kid Tim Bowers. I am an award-winning author, youth motivational speaker, and entrepreneur. Guys, I own 10 Bowers Enterprise, primarily focusing on motivational presentations, virtually or in person for K through 12 schools. And the objective of what I do is to help students overcome adversity so they can graduate flat out, right? We want to be able to help schools in their retention rate, as well as graduation rate. So, guys, I'm just so excited to be here, man. And I'm hoping that you guys take away the gems, jewels, that's going to be dropped here this evening. So, Tuck, man, the last thing is, bro, why your name is in all caps and everybody else's
I
name
need for
is
you to know
in.
what's about that talk.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, what is going on, bro?
Talk.
You did this behind the scenes.
Well,
I know you did. He
Talk.
would have told
You
he
know
would
how
have
big
told
it
me,
is. See,
please
hey,
make my name
G,
big
G,
because I
listen,
was.
you know how big. Listen, you know what I'm saying, G. Like the myth is right, that everything is big in Texas, right? Right. Okay. So where I'm from,
Correct.
everything is big where I'm from, right? So you got to have the big words there.
Absolutely. And real quick,
That
D,
makes sense.
before we leave, I just want to shout out Benedict College as well. Everybody on here from State, University, but I want to shout out Benedict College as well, man. Class of 2010. All right,
let's not forget about it now. We have to say, hey, you know what I'm saying, to the PWI, man. Listen, man, salute to the University of Houston.
Yeah.
Okay.
You love the Houston. Love the Houston.
All right, so check this out, fellas. We want to jump right into it, and before we do, I want to give you a brief history about this event specifically. So, the PENS program, a nonprofit organization that I've had for about 3 years now. Last year, we had an event called Build a Bridge. The goal was to simply connect the man or the male that is successful with the young man that's trying to get success. Right? He's looking on that path. He's like, hey, how can I get there? And so we want to connect those two people. And somehow we called it Build a Bridge. And we so want to create that bridge. And mainly, while we're creating that bridge, we want to make sure that our brothers know how to tie a tie. You may be saying, what is useful about tying the tie, right? I think some of these brothers got some ties with them right now. I think we may be doing something with some ties tonight. So if you see some ties on the screen, we're going to be doing some presentation with some ties because we know, man, that guess what? Before anything comes out of your mouth, what you have on and what you look like speaks for you. So let's jump into it, brothers. My first question tonight, because you all have said so many great things in your introduction. And Greg, we're going to start with you with this question. We're going to start with Greg, and then we'll go to you, Tuck. And Israel, we're going to go with you next, and then Tim, we're going to go with you last. So this question right here wasn't on our question list, but I know you guys can answer it. So at what time, Greg, did you know and begin to understand that you were a bridge for somebody else? At what point in your life, whether you were a bridge for somebody in your community, your brothers, your sisters, your family, at what point did you figure out, hey, I might be a bridge to help somebody else?
Yesterday. No, I don't. That's a tough question because I don't know if there was an exact moment. I think just over the years, I've always been that leader, that guide, that person, that is that curious connector, as my manager likes to call me. And so it's hard to identify a particular point where I'm like, okay, I think I'm a bridge. I think it's just been the way I've developed, the way I've just matured and grown. Now I'm at this place where God has provided and so many opportunities for me to be able to now share that with folk coming up under me. And so no particular time. It's just who I am. It's just in my DNA to be that bridge.
Yeah. And let me follow with another question for you. So, as young people, we now, like you said, God has kind of put us in this position to be the curious connector and allowing ourselves just to be a bridge somehow. How is that responsibility been for you as a young man? Kind of assuming that role indirectly.
I enjoy being able to help and quote unquote mentor. But of course, with there's a burden and a blessing. It's a burden and
Yeah.
blessing in doing so, because I think over the years, you're almost put on this very, very high pedestal, and it's hard to come down. And so, even in those
Yeah.
moments where you don't want to be leader Greg or mentor Greg or bridge connector Greg, whatever the case is, there's still this expectation that you maintain, that what you presented, for. And so that's the challenge. And that's the responsibility. And as a young man, as someone in college, right, as someone who enjoys a good kickback, I have to be cautious and careful about how I handle myself in certain situations. And for some, that may not be the case. They can just do whatever. But I can't be on the camera clowning. I have to be careful because I'm setting the standard. Because I'm presenting a standard. So that's certainly the challenge and the responsibility. But this is not to complain. I am very grateful that I do have the responsibility that I do have, and I take it seriously.
Yeah. Tuck, at what point did you realize, and Greg, thank you for the answer too, man. Great information in the answer. Tuck, when did you realize that you were a bridge? You got community vibes, you got the Tuck Project, you got so many things that you're doing, but when did you realize beforehand that you were a bridge for somebody else?
First of all, listen, man, Greg gonna be the governor. Greg gonna be the governor, the mayor of Texas or something. I promise you, brother. Listen, I found out my senior year in high school when I got upset with my coach during basketball season, and I selfishly, man, quit the team. Right, went home, and my coach came to my house later on that night, man, and when my doorbell rung, they were like, man, 15 dudes, man, standing outside my door. My mom said, man, somebody outside for you. I was like, what's going on? I went to the door, and my whole team was outside saying, listen, we ain't playing if you ain't playing.
Wow.
There it is.
And at that moment, that's when I realized, that I'm impactful. By default, there is, right? And when I went to college, man, there were not many guys from my neighborhood, that went to college. There were so many young men, like myself, who were told that they were not college material, and they believed, that person. But I'll tell you this right here, man. When I saw so much talent, man, that was coming from my neighborhood that was not being groomed right properly, I felt that it was, my duty, right, my responsibility to do what was not done for me, right, and to come back to my community, man, and be that shining light, right, be that guiding light, right, to tell those young men, listen, no matter where you come from, no matter who you are, no matter, listen, man, no matter what you don't have right now, you can be whatever you want to be. You know what I'm saying? Like you're college material. So when I told my first gentleman, man, the guy named Willie Butler, right, when I told him that, I took off 2 weeks of work one day, right, taking guys to different colleges, myself, all right, myself, right. We took like 5 seniors, and each and every last one of those seniors got into college, right. 3 got full scholarships. 3 got full scholarships. 2 of them just graduated from Claflin University, man, this December, man, right. That's when I knew that God had, that's when I knew that God, God made a space for me.
So
that's good.
Wow. That's heavy, man. Good. Hey, since we're talking about making space really quick, let's make space right now for some ties. I think this is a great moment for us to make space and room for some ties really quickly. Let's start off with the young brothers first. Israel, can you come to the front? Well, not come to the front because you're already on the screen. Let's do some ties really quick. Let's see what tie variation you have tonight.
Got you. I mean, so I heard Tim say he was gonna do the single knot. So I'm gonna focus on the Windsor knot. So this
You can't tell what Tim is about to do though.
What? You know what?
I said you're not supposed to tell what Tim was about to do.
Oh, man, he already told. You know what I mean?
Oh,
So I'm gonna show y'all the Windsor knot. So
All right, let's go.
So starting with the Windsor knot. I hope y'all see all of it, but
we doing it with you.
so you want to start with the smallest side.
Okay, we're gonna follow you.
So yeah. Put the towel over your neck.
All right.
Step by step. Take the smaller side, which is the smaller side. Bring it up like so. Like I'm trying to like give it step by step. Okay, so you want the smaller side to be a lot shorter than the longer side, because with a Windsor knot, it's a fatter tie. It's gonna fit around your neck. It's a lot wider than the normal average knot. So you want to bring it up more than half. So like it should be around like where your nipple is, or a little bit after that. All right. So you should have your. Am I giving y'all good?
You said nipple, dog.
So what? Should I just do it, or like?
Yeah, because we only got like 5 more minutes left on this job.
And Facebook will cut us off.
Gotcha. What we're gonna do is put the right side over the left.
Yep.
Yeah. So then bring up the fat side. Bring it up under.
Okay, I'm there with you.
All right. So it should be sitting just like this.
Okay.
Hey, y'all tutorials better be sharp now because y'all try to rush me. But yeah, so bring it up. So bring the fat side up through the hole. The hole that should be right by your neck.
There we go.
Yep. So you should be left like this. So it should be a nice wide. It's not a knot yet, but it should be nice and wide for you. So bring the fat side, like I was telling you, bring it over. And when you bring it over, you should still be holding the small side. So your left hand should be still on the small side.
Okay.
Now with the fat side, bring it up under. Last step. Pull it up. And then now this is the hard part. Hopefully my camera quality is good enough for y'all. But there should be a little hole between, like right here. Okay. So what you should have now is the fat side, right? Like I told you, bring that up and under a little. It should be like a little slot.
This
right
is the double Windsor knot, isn't it?
And then I'm gonna bring it through, and it should come up like this.
This has to be the double Windsor. I thought it was a single.
Oh yeah. With the double Windsor.
Gotcha.
Oh,
That's why it was so many steps.
Yeah.
It was a double. Yeah, it was a double. That's why I figured it was a double.
But yeah, that's
it was nice. It was nice. So
yeah.
So Izzy, tell me this. What is the name of your tie?
I call it the Izzy Windsor.
The Izzy Windsor.
Yeah.
The Izzy Windsor knot.
Yeah. But like I told y'all before the call, I haven't put on a tie literally before Corona type stuff. Like, but yeah.
Okay, the Izzy Windsor. Okay, hey, Greg, what tie variation is it? We appreciate that. Greg, what tie variation do you have for us?
So I'll be doing what's called the Candover knot. I think I'm saying that correctly. The Candover knot. If I'm saying it incorrectly. Yeah, I feel like I'm saying it incorrectly. It's the Candover. This is why God gave us Google. Or something like that. I know it's something. It's very close to that. Okay. Just follow me. All right. I'm gonna have to correct myself, but just follow me. All right. It's pretty simple. very popular in England. All right, take our knot, take our tie. Excuse me. Line it up correctly. We want the skinny to be about our navel. All right, so then we take our tie. We go over one, up and around, through. We do that again, up and around, through.
Mm.
And then we put it in the slot there. And if you know what you're doing, you should get a pretty good dimple in there.
Yeah, I think I did
Like
mine wrong.
such. Okay.
Like Solomon
Let me
North.
see where you fellas are.
Yeah,
All right.
it's all right.
I
It's
did
all
go
right.
pretty fast because I didn't, I think Bro Tim tie look all right. He got a big tie. This is very,
Okay.
very good for slimmer ties. This is a good knot for slimmer ties. It makes the knot more pronounced. Very common in England. A lot of Prince George.
Well,
This is
damn.
how Prince George normally ties his tie.
Fancy.
Literally English.
Very
Fancy. You gotta say font.
And if you know what you're doing, you got that good knot. Well, hold on, give me 2 seconds because I'm about to make sure I told you the right knot. It is the I'm gonna type it in
It's
the
okay.
thing. It's the Cavendish knot. CABENDISH knot. Very popular in England. Very pronounced. And I actually really like it. Like I said, it's really cool with a slimmer tie. Not with a super crazy tie. This is a basic tie with just dots, so it works well.
So
Dope.
we have the
Good job,
Izzy
sir.
Windsor knot and the
This is rusty.
Cavendish
Very rusty. I'm gonna
knot.
have to give you another
All right.
like just run through.
Okay, so
Yeah, that
those
was right.
two people that are watching right now, I want you guys to, if you don't want to share this with somebody, that's cool because we have a giveaway at the end, and so I think you need to tune in on what these tie names are because there's gonna be something at the end, possibly some money and a book or something of that sort. So if you guys are watching, tune in because this is important information. We got the Izzy Windsor knot and the Cavendish knot, the Fancy.
The font.
Wow.
The Fancy. All right, so let's tune back into our questions really quickly. So we're talking about at what point did you know that you were a bridge? At what point did you understand that? And Izzy, we're going to come down to you because we know you're still in college right now, just like Greg, and so you're doing a lot of great things. You're helping people in politics. You're really just a force, in the wind right now. But at what point, Izzy, did you know you were a bridge?
Great question. I would probably say if I can pinpoint it to a point where I actually started to maybe walk in it a little bit, was going into my senior year in high school. Had the opportunity to go to Palmetto Boys State. That's like a program that puts all the best and brightest students in South Carolina, males in South Carolina, and they go to Anderson University for a week and just build amazing memories. So there, really being around them, they had a system where you can run for government positions and stuff like that within Palmetto Boys State. And there, I actually got out my shell and ran for House of Representatives. And then there, that was like the first time I ever, spoke in front of like more than 100 people. And then on top of that, like for people to like when I was elected, that kind of was like, oh wow, like because beforehand we have to give a speech, to actually be able to be a House of Representative or the president or whatever that you ran for. And for me, to be elected amongst all those great leaders in South Carolina at that time, and I had moved from Chicago, well, really Joliet, Illinois, place in like 30 minutes away from Chicago. And I moved to Anderson my freshman year of high school. So I had problems with like confidence and all that throughout high school. But, that opportunity kind of just was like, okay, I can do this. and I can do this in a different space, and like like other area, like people of like different area can actually respect you and stuff like that. But I mean, my father always instilled in me that I'm a leader, but that's probably the time when I was like, hey, you can do this. But just really after that too, like I got elected team captain in high school, like following Boys State, and then like that kind of just kind of like, yeah, you can do this. I had throughout college, like Greg mentioned, like you have so much temptation. You have parties, and especially like freshman year, like you have so many like things that you can like dip and dabble into. And I feel like coming into college and stuff like that, since I didn't necessarily like experience anything like that in high school, I felt I kind of, just to be transparent, just be real, like I kind of wanted to have fun and party and all that good stuff. But like the more I dialed into what my father had instilled into me, the more I tapped into that experience at Boys State and stuff like that. It let me know that if you can do that there, not only if you can do that at Boys State, but like it's in you as well. So like now, really like sophomore year forward, I really try to, at least like in my field, like activism and mentoring and stuff like that, wanted to do my very best to be a bridge. And then like the more areas God allows you to walk into and stuff like that, I think it's, well, at least for me, it was just like I have to take people with me. I gotta pour out what he's pouring into me, because at the end of the day, I'm just nothing but a normal man with an extraordinary God. So if I can enlighten others that they can be the best they can possibly be, they can be the best that they can possibly be. That that's everything, and that's why I try to operate in trying to be a bridge. Even we all have faults, we all have problems, but like you gotta dial in on what you've been called to do on this planet. So like follow your passion.
Good
Things like
job.
that.
Yeah.
Good job.
Hey, so Tim Bowers speaks. At what point, Izzy, thank you for the answer too. But
Appreciate you.
Tim, at what point did you know and understand that you're somebody else?
So, but I want to let individuals and people that's on Facebook know your success is an insurance policy for someone else. That's the first thing I want to let you know. Your success is an insurance policy for someone else. My good friend Catherine Myers, an attorney here in Columbia, she does a lot of community service in the community, and one of her community projects was going into different organizations to talk with them, to inspire, motivate them, to let them know of the possibilities that they had and that they can still beat the odds. So we went to Department of Juvenile Justice, and I'm familiar with that, with Department of Juvenile Justice. 13 years old, I spent 45 days in the facility, but we went in there, and there's a several group of men, and I was the last one to speak. And after I spoke, I was just thinking, hey, listen, I spoke, I inspired, and we just left it like that. Well, several months later, I saw Catherine at Harambe at Benedict College, and she passed me a note, orange sheet of paper, man. And she was like, read it, walked away. I opened it up, and it was one of the youth that was in that session with us who said, yo, I believe I can succeed now because I've listened to Tim. Like, I want to do what Tim does. And I'm like, wow. So it's my voice and how I present, and how I am letting individuals know they too can go from average to awesome. They are inspired to become a success story as well, regardless of what they face. So for me, man, it's so many instances, bro, but this particular one, because you're talking about youth that, people count them out because of the path and the decisions that they've made. And for someone to, and for me to come in and speak life over them, and now they feel like, yo, I can do it. I can, whatever it is that they want to achieve, they can make it happen. And I was a part of that. I knew then that, yo, Tim, you become a bridge for individuals to believe that they can, overcome their trials and tribulations, and they too can beat the odds that's up against them.
Yeah. Tim, bro, such a great answer, man. I think, bro, just to hear you all talk about, that you became a bridge and how you are assuming that responsibility to maintain, the strength of the bridge so that other people can come across it. Even as you said, you watch the guys graduate and how much, that is exciting right now. And for you to look back on that. And so I want to ask this next question. It's so much going on in the world, right? We got police brutality. We have Black Lives Matter movement. There's so many things. The election, so many things going on in the world right now. And this question is on our question list. But what do you all think the African American men specifically should be focusing on right now? And Tim, I'm gonna start with you. With so much going on, what should we literally where should our focus be right now as African American men?
That's a good question. I think right now we got to be very specific and laser focused on making sure that our youth hasn't lost their fire. You know what I mean? Like, they still have fuel within them, or it's not the situations that is happening to them, is what they could do within the situation and still come out on top. That's perspective.
Yeah,
so we want to make sure that we're giving our youth different perspective, while every news and everything they're seeing around them may be of negative. As men, we got to continue to present positive. So exposure is going to be key in this time. Exposing them to financial education, exposing them to different educational opportunities. We know traditionally, you finish high school, you go to college, and you go get a job. We want to be able to give them options, trade schools, entrepreneurship. We want to be able to show them that. And not only that, like, actually give them hands-on experiences, for individuals who have businesses, right? But we also, lastly, we want to make sure we are pouring into them as much as possible. And I think that if our young people are able to see that, they're able to know that, regardless of the situation that we're in right now, this too shall pass.
For sure. Greg Norwood, I'm coming to you. We're coming to you after Greg Norwood. Greg, it's so much stuff going on in the world right now. You're in the heat of it. Helping your campaigning, your organizing. In the midst of all of this, where should our focus be as African American men right now? If you could just really minimize it, scale it down, where should our focus be right now?
I think our focus has got to be on there's so many criminal justice. I think our focus in terms of policy. So I wanna speak in terms of policy, in terms of legislation. That it is imperative that Black men get a hold of the legislation and policies being created in terms of criminal justice, because we know that at no fault of our own, because I want to be clear that we are arrested, we are imprisoned at a higher rate than any other demographic. And it's not because we are worse than any other demographic, but because of systems and structures in place that essentially wants to make Black male extinct. And so we got to look at bail reform and say, okay, so we got to look at bail reform. We got to look at disproportionate prison sentences. We got to look at the death penalty. We got to look at this entire criminal justice system. And the reason I think that is so important is because I believe that the criminal justice system has been the greatest threat to Black men in terms of our workforce, our ability to operate in the workforce, our ability to attain higher education. Because if you are a felon, you cannot get FAFSA. If you can't get FAFSA, it's very hard to pay for college. It has affected the way in which we operate in our families. The police are just as bad as the slave masters, stripping men away from the home for reasons outside of their control. The reason there is this stereotyped thing with black men is because of the prison system and because they've criminalized everything black people do. Let's talk about weed. Don't get me started. But let's talk about drugs. How the drugs was a black man problem, and it caused us to get arrested, and we were threats to society until white people started ODing on it, and then it was an issue, right? So we have to address the criminal justice system and the way in which they disproportionately, again, I want to put emphasis on the fact that it is of no fault of our own. We are disproportionately in prison, but we got to look at that and we got to say no more.
Yeah, I love it, man. I love it. So look, brother, we got a couple more minutes. I know we say we want to be on for an hour, so we want to pivot really quickly. Want to go up to Tim Bowers and Tuck. If y'all can tell us about your ties that you're doing tonight, because we got 2 more ties from you all.
Hey,
if y'all can jump in quickly.
Listen, man, how about this, man?
Go
Don't
ahead.
even waste time on my time because we get some good information here. So let's just go to Tim and then let's just keep talking, man, because we get some good information.
Okay, Tim, let's go to your side.
Yeah, so I call this the one and done. You know what I mean? A lot of people want to be so complex in their life, make life just so grand. I am about simplicity. So I call this one and done, man. And before I get into this though, D, I think that another thing that black men should be focusing on is mentorship. You know what I mean? We can't avoid that. Like mentorship is going to help change our community, man. So it's so much focus should be on, but that mentorship piece can really solve a lot of the issues that we are that are plaguing our community when it comes down to youth. So the one and done, guys. Let me give y'all some space here.
Oh, he got to stand up.
Come on, Doc.
You know what I'm saying? So the one and done. So the one and done, you want to make sure the short side. You want to make sure the short side is literally right there by your neighbor. You feel me? Or either a little above or just right there. I don't know the exact measurements, but you get the picture. Okay. So we're gonna hold this to the left, right? One and done. What we're gonna do is grab the right. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
What we're gonna do is we're gonna bring him a little closer and we're gonna cross that bad boy. You feel me? We're gonna cross that bad boy, right? Make sure you keep your hand on the short boy. Cross that bad boy.
Okay.
What you're gonna do is you're gonna go under, right?
Okay.
Make sure I understand what's going on first. Hold up now.
All right, Doc, that's all right. Start over.
It's all right. It's all right, Tim.
Flag on the play.
Oh, no.
There it is. Okay, I got it. I just wanted to make sure.
Flag on the play.
It's usually easy when I have a dress shirt on. But here, you go here, right? You're gonna come over, you're gonna go through the hole, but then you're gonna take it back here, cross it over so you can get your knot going.
Well, I think I'm with you, Tim.
Appreciate you. Check this out right here.
Okay. So that's a single Windsor. That's what you did.
Yeah.
Oh,
So coming in here.
He called you out. That's what I'm talking about, Greg.
No, it's
You know
not
what I'm saying? One and done. You know what I'm saying? Not my best knot, but
right.
you feel me? You here. You know what I'm saying? So you can be able to get to that interview. So you can be able to get to that interview.
There we go.
You see what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
you got yours? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Good job. Hey, D, can I say something real quick?
Hey, it's on you, Tuck. I'm coming to you right now. It's on you.
Okay. Now, first of all, man, those were some fabulous, man, demonstrations. You know what I'm saying? Listen, man, listen. Major salute to, you know what I'm saying, Mr. Norman, man, Mr. Robinson and Mr. Bowers for those demonstrations. Like, those were phenomenal. Just a real quick little tidbit because we're kind of running out of time real quick. Just, you know, my opinion, on what these young men need to be focusing on. Number one is generational wealth. Okay. Generational wealth. All right. My dad taught me that, right? Like, listen, it's time for you to own something. Okay.
Yeah.
So that you can pass it down to your kids, to your family. Okay. Don't just be here just to be here. Okay.
Yeah.
Make sure that your family, right, benefit, right, from you being on earth. All right.
Yeah.
So generational wealth is so major, man. Tim can tell you that. It's so major.
Yeah.
So major.
Yeah.
And like Tim mentioned, man, mentorship, man. Mentorship. Listen, you do not have to be rich to be a mentor. Okay.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
Chuck.
listen, my janitor in the high school was one of my mentors. Okay, one of the smartest guys there is. But listen, each level that you know what I'm saying, like, listen, man, my parents didn't go to college. All right. Right. So I was a first generation, man, college student. Okay. But however, each level you go at, you're going to need some kind of mentor for that level. Okay. Okay. So if you go, let's say you go into politics, right? You need a mentor for that level. Okay. Let's say if you go, let's say you want to be a preacher or something like that. You need a mentor, right? Let's say you want to be a barber. Get you a mentor. Listen, you don't know it all. You don't know it all. Okay. There's nothing wrong. Well, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong, right? You know what I'm saying, with asking questions. My last one is health. Make sure that you stand on top of your health. You can't help nobody if you're not healthy. Okay? You cannot help no one if you're not healthy. Listen, man, it doesn't matter how much money you have, man. If you're not making sure that you're getting checked on the regular, fellas, let's watch what we're eating. Okay? Make sure that you exercise, man. Okay? That's for the body, man. Your mind needs to be healthy, right? Plus your heart needs to be healthy. Okay? We do all this running around trying to help people, right? Trying to be heroes when we're about to die on the inside. Okay? When you have kids, you have to make sure that you're here for your kids long term. Not when they 10, not when listen, man, we all gonna die whenever God, wants us to die, of course. Okay. But I just feel like when you take care of yourself, right, you can do more. You know what I'm saying? We used to call it when I play sports, you need to have that fourth quarter, right, stamina. Okay.
Right.
Fourth quarter stamina. Because that's when the game is really won. You see what I'm saying? So make sure you're taking care of your body, man, taking care of yourself. Number two, listen, my last point, and I'm done. I'm done.
You sure?
Take care of your family.
That's
Take
real.
care of your family, yo.
That's real.
Take care of your family. Put your family first. No, my bad. Put God first, of course. But take care of your family, man. Because listen, man, that's all you got out here. Honestly, that's all you got. And do right by people. That's how we can, that's how we can climb when you do right by people.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
My bad.
Tuck like a Baptist preacher.
Hey,
he had
boy,
three closes. Three
You
closes.
see what I'm saying? That's why I asked him, Greg. I said, "Are you sure?"
Hey, his blood.
Hey,
It's in his blood,
my dad
Greg.
was
It's
preaching
in
for
his blood. That's
35
why.
years, Greg.
Right.
It's my blood. It's my blood. Baptist boy.
Shano, Ishkata.
It's in his blood. Hey, look, fellas, we got 8 minutes, right? And I want to end this conversation with this question, and I think it's so important. So if everybody can probably round it up to about 60 seconds to a minute and 30 with this answer. And Izzy, I'm gonna start with you. So we're gonna start off kind of do like a popcorn, right? So for some reason, it seems like in certain places of the world, it's extremely hard for Black men to uplift other Black men. In some areas, not everywhere. And so my question to us on the panel today, and for those that are watching to be able to receive this information, what are some ways do you think that we can uplift each other in these times as Black men? So Izzy, that question is on you. After that, we can go to Tim. A minute and
Gotcha.
30.
Yeah. So I mean, like, just going off of some of the stuff that Chuck said, Tim said, we have to support one another, and that just doesn't look like, just like sharing something that one of your friends are doing on Instagram. Like that, it can be something as little as that. Like it's supporting each other's business, supporting each other's it can be whatever. Like just like making sure that we're supporting one another, and then like another to answer the question earlier, like I feel like if we're on the front lines of like engaging in the political process, on the front lines of making sure our young people are registered to vote, that's part of mentorship. Be on the front lines of just like what Tuck does, like taking students under his wing and making sure that they're going to college and getting that their aids or stuff like that. You don't have to be in the biggest position to do stuff like that. So taking our community in our grasp and understanding that, like I said, back to the point of like engaging in the political process. If we're on the front lines of, like just hosting a voter registration drive, I see a lot of our Black women, getting out and doing stuff like that more than I see our men, and that's great. Like it's a teamwork thing, but we have to make sure that we're on the front lines of those things because more Black people are registered to vote, more Black people are engaging in political process and those type of things.
Yeah.
We're also standing up for our brothers and sisters over there in Africa as well. Like we're able to come together to create legislation and just momentum to actually help those movements over there as well. We're all connected. But yeah, I hope that wasn't too long-winded.
Yeah. No, you're fine. Tim, let's hop on it real quick. What are some ways that we can uplift each other in this time?
It's going to take support moving forward for us to be able to get to the next level. It's going to take us to be uplifting to ourselves and to others for us to stay in the game. So support could look like you sharing a post. Support could look like you tagging someone. Support could look like you mentioning someone's name in a video, or support could look like you saying, hey, I bought this from such and such. Those things cost you nothing. All right.
Yeah.
At all to do besides the fact that you're going to patronize their business. Support could look like you sharing, just flyers and different posts. So I believe it's going to take, just again, simple things that you don't have to go out your way of doing. And in some cases, man, just collaborating is another form that's going to be beneficial for us when we talk about support. Finding out who can you get with to where you guys both are working to push the culture forward, right? And if you do those things, man, support from a way where you are, sharing, you are tagging, you are shouting people out on your social media channels. And if you do videos, you are saying where you got this, where you purchased this product or service from. If you do that, man, that will show the level of support there, and just collaboration at the end of the day, connected with individuals that are moving in the same direction to where you guys can both move towards the destination that you're trying to get to. So support in that, and those two I think can be big for us as we move forward.
Yeah. So we right at 7:57. We got a minute and 30 for Tim, and a minute and 30 for Tuck, and a minute and 30 for Norwood. Norwood, let's go with you first, and we'll end off with Tuck. So, Norwood, what are some ways, man, that we can uplift each other in these times as Black brothers?
Yeah, man, I think it's Black brothers, and I don't want to. I think we have to pray for each other. Now, I want to emphasize that I'm a Christian. So, you know, who I pray to may be different than who someone else prays to. So I want to make that clear. But whoever it is you pray to, we got to pray for each other. I think there are forces beyond what we can see or even hear that are attacking us daily. And so we have a responsibility as Black men, as brothers, as Christian, as whoever, to pray, and that's how I think we uplift our brothers, especially our young men. They're getting something that I don't think any generation of men has received. I mean, it's coming from left and right, and so we got to keep our brothers up in prayer.
Yeah, that's a great answer. Hey, Tuck, it's on you. What are some ways that we can uplift each other in this time? Take us home, Tuck.
By not being nobody's yes man.
Ooh.
Okay, you got to call your brothers out. You know what I'm saying? Not publicly, but like, you know, let's say me and Tim are like real tight friends. We all are cool on the show, but me and Tim are like, you know what I'm saying, brothers. So when I see Tim doing something wrong, listen, you know what I do? Pick up the phone and I call and say, hey, dog, you messed up on that one. You know what I'm saying? And Tim will do the same thing to me. You see what I'm saying? We got to hold each other accountable. I mean, it's nothing but love. It's nothing but love. But stop letting your brothers fail. Okay?
That's it, Tuck.
Stop sitting there and letting your brothers fail when you can help them out. You see what I'm saying? Listen, call them on the phone, text and say, bruh, you looking shady on that? Bruh, don't post that. You know what I'm saying? Because we have to look out for each other. Okay? Because why? Because we are our brother's keeper.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There you go.
Short, sweet. I love it.
Are you into that with a bang? I like that.
That one head up, like the flames. Hey, like Kevin Hart said, you know what I'm saying? Like some fire in this. Y'all know the other part of it.
That's what you did, man. Hey, brother, man, it's 8 o'clock, man. We appreciate y'all. I hope and pray that whoever is watching this, even in the playback, that you'll be able to gain something from this. Now, if you are with us right now and you've been with us the entire time, there has been different tie variations that Israel did, Tim did, and that Greg did. I saw numbers fluctuate throughout the set tonight. That's okay. But if you can tell us each name of the tie, will be cheating if you do it after we're done. Then you have to go back and watch it. That's cheating. But if you can tell us in the comments right now, that'd be great. Now, if you can't, it's cool. But we want to give someone that knows all the tie variation names tonight $50, and one of Mr. Tim Bowers, the kid Tim Bowers book tonight. So if you know, we're going to give you about a minute or 30 seconds. A minute or 30 seconds, not a minute and 30 seconds. A minute, 1 minute or 30 seconds to tell us in the comments really quick if you can tell us each knot variation tonight. So let's go. It's on you. If you've been tuned in, let us know. Let us know if you know what they are. We got $50 that we're trying to give away. We got 10 Bowers book,
which is a great book, by the way. It's a great book.
Thank you. Thank you. There it is, guys. We're going to go ahead and give you this right here, but you got to get it right.
You got to get it right. You got to get it right.
Got to get it right. But besides all that, we're talking about money.
There we go. We're talking about money. So whoever is on here, now if you're smart and you're watching it from YouTube allow. I'm gonna give you a little cheat code. YouTube allows you to go back a little bit. So if you were smart in that minute and 30 seconds, you would have went back on YouTube, rewind it, figure out what the names were, and then came back. But you're almost done now. It's almost 12 seconds. So if you're with us and you know what the names are, let us know. But if you don't, we're just gonna hold our money and Tim is gonna keep his book. And that's fine.
What is it called, y'all?
I'll take your book,
right.
Tim. Don't worry about it.
Gee, I think you'll love the book, man.
I believe I'm gonna purchase it. I don't want it for free. I'm gonna purchase it. I'm gonna purchase one.
There it is. Support.
All right, so it's 8:02. It's 8:02. We don't have any comments just yet. And that's fine. Look, tonight, man, we wanted to give somebody $50 through Cash App and Tim's book, but we don't have anybody.
And $25 Chick-fil-A gift card.
Gift certificate.
My bad.
Gift
And the $25 gift certificate from
Yo, shit.
Signed by D. Terrence
gift
Tuck.
certificate.
Gift certificate.
gift certificate by Terrence LaSalle Tucker.
Right.
There we go. There we go. Hey, fellas, man, I really appreciate y'all, man, and I hope and pray that somebody will be able to get something from this. I think all in all, to see brothers on camera like we are tonight, literally doing ties live and having a good time. I think this is the same energy that we should share with our other brothers and continue to cultivate. You know, because for us to come together, and Israel, you being a recipient of Terrence Tucker's scholarship, that's a bridge right there in itself. If you
Wow.
can look at it right now, and so
Wow.
just to have you all on, Tim Bowers, Terrence Tucker, Israel Robinson, Greg Norwood, I think this was a great conversation. If y'all brothers have anything else y'all want to share in closing, we're going to go ahead and shut it down. But anybody have anything they want to end saying to the people?
Keep the fight, keep the faith.
There we go.
Put
Tim,
God
what you got?
first.
Be awesome.
There we
in
go. Put
everything you
God
do.
first. Okay.
Love
Be
God.
awesome and everything.
All I gotta put him first. Really, that's the best thing to say.
Yo, shout out to
Hey, man.
the illustrious South Carolina State University.
Yes, sir.
Y'all see
Shout out
Benedict
to
College
the
in the back, though. We
inimitable-
can leave it there,
the
okay? You know
inimitable-
what I'm saying? You know,
Shout out to the inimitable Demetrius Dew, the leader of this fantastic program. Shout out to you, my brother.
I think, you know what's so crazy? I think black people are the only ones that say this. I don't see no other race coming at it like this. You know what I'm saying? You know, we say the black illustrious, you know what I mean? The inimitable, all of this stuff. You know, we make sure we bring it from the bottom too. You feel me?
Just so you know.
And we
Just so you
came a
know.
long way, baby.
Can't be imitated.
Yeah.
Can't be imitated.
Nah.
Inimitable.
Can't be
Yeah.
duplicated either.
All right,
Hey, man,
guys.
I love this, man. This is so organic. This is nothing that we conjured up, man. Literally, we were having a good time before we even started. And this is literally, man, the same energy that we need. And I know you all are doing it, but, you know, for other guys to just see, this is real, man. Like, this laughter that we have, this fun, this was happening before the recording started. And this is real. So, thank y'all, brothers, man. Y'all have a good night, man. And if you're viewing, go back and view the whole thing because you're going to get something out of this. Y'all have a good one.
All right.
Peace.
Did it do